Hi, trombones and baritones. I'm going to go over, review our notes in the same order or the same instrument group. So both trombone and baritone share the same notes. So I'm going to do them together. So just no baritones, that I'm going to be using a trombone for this demonstration instead of baritone, but your notes are the same. Okay? So now that we've talked about rhythm, we're going to work on the next like large concept of music, which is notes, and reviewing what we learned last quarter. Okay? So at the beginning of every piece of music, you should see this symbol, okay? Hopefully you can see that all right. That is called a bass clef. And what a bass clef means is that the trombone and baritone are both instruments that generally play lower notes, okay? So you'll see that at the beginning of every piece of music that we play, okay? As far as notes, we can put notes on lines of the staff. Okay? If it's on a line, that means that the line goes through the middle of the note. And we can also put notes on spaces, which means that the note is in between two different lines. Okay? So as you're looking on notes, pay attention to whether they are a line note or a space note. Okay? Now, we use a couple tricks to know what the lines and the spaces of the staff are. For the lines, we're going to use a sentence, and for the spaces, we're also going to use a sentence. Okay. For the lines, we have a 5-letter sentence, and every first letter of each word is the note that goes on that line. So, for example, the first line or the sentence is good boys do fine always. Good boys do fine always. Okay, I call that kind of a Yoda sentence because, like Yoda from Star Wars, kind of says things a little backwards, and this sentence is kind of like that. Good boys do fine always. So that means if I put a note on this first line, it's going to be a G for good. The second line is going to be B for boys, good boys. The third line will be good boys do, D. Good boys do fine. Fourth line will be F for fine. And then last we have good boys do fine always. So the top line is going to be A. Okay. Good boys do fine always. Okay. For the spaces of the staff, it's almost a little bit better of a sentence. It is all cows eat grass. All cows eat grass. Okay, so for the first space of the staff, we put a note there. That's A of all. Okay, the second space will be C, cows, all cows. The next space will be E for eat, all cows eat. And the final space, the fourth space, will be all cows eat grass, G. All cows eat grass. Okay. Now, there are 3 notes that we learned on our instruments last quarter. We learned D, C, and B flat. Okay, D, C, and B flat. Okay. So now we have to find out whether D is a line note or a space note. Okay. So let's go through our lines first. Good boys do fine always. Is D in there? Good boys do fine always. Yeah, it's the third line because good boys do fine always. Do, D. Therefore, it's the third line of the staff. So if you ever see a note on the third line of the staff, you should know automatically that is D. Okay. For C, let's do the same thing. Is it a line note or a space note? Okay. Good boys do fine always. Is C in there? Nope. Okay, let's go to the spaces. All cows eat grass. Is C in there? Yeah, it's the second word. So therefore, it's the second space. All cows. So C is going to go in that space there. Okay. Last, B flat. We're going to ignore the flat right now, and we're just going to focus on B. So where is B? Is it a line note or a space note? Good boys do fine always. Is it in the line sentence? Yeah, it's the second line. Okay, so the second line, if I put a note there, that's going to be B. Now, how do we make it B flat? Well, that's pretty simple. We just put the flat mark in front of it for now. Okay, there's actually other ways to tell if it's flat or not, but for right now, you will always see the flat in front of the note. Okay, now, something else kind of important to remember is that the notes are written on the staff based on how high or how low they sound to your ears. Okay, so for example, this is again the part that I'm going to demonstrate on trombone, but if you're a baritone player, it's actually the same exact notes. You just use valves instead of the slide. But the first note, D, okay, is higher, is the highest note that we've learned so far. Okay, then C is a little bit lower. And then B flat is the lowest note we've learned. So if we go D, C, B, they're going down on the staff, so they'll also be going down in pitch, how they sound to your ears. If you go backwards and go B flat, C, D, you should hear the notes going up, because as we're going along, we're going up in pitch. Okay. So the way that they write music on the staff is very much a picture of how high and how low notes are supposed to sound. So what you should do now is go ahead and finish up that Google form. Please let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, finish it up, submit it, and that is your assignment for this week. Thank you very much.